Hello, good morning. We're in Out of Line, a space for women that are not meant to fit in and never wanted. We're here today. My name is Martina. I'm co-founder of Lissons Boutique, our beautiful swimwear brand that wants to empower women. And we have a beautiful guest today, Nereida Lopez. With Nereida, she's our pleasure and power coach. We're really interested to know more about you, Nereida. So welcome.
Oh, thank you, Martina. Thank you for having me. And in this beautiful community you are building with Empower Women. So, yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here with us. So I'm really interested in knowing what you do. What does pleasure and power coach means? Like,
Yeah,
what do you do specifically?
yeah, okay. I call myself Pleasure and Power Coach because I believe these two things are what society often teach women to hide. Pleasure is just not sexual. It's how you feel alive in your body, how connected you are to your body, to your senses, how much joy you allow yourself to feel. So yeah, and pleasure for me is to be authentic, to be your truly you, living in a way that is true to yourself and aligned with who you want to be, without shrinking or performing to comfort others. So yeah, what I do, I get women back to themselves through somatic works and embodiment practices, which mean we work with the body.
Okay.
So yeah, not just the mind, but really truly with the body. So we use breath, movement, touch, sensory awareness to release any conditioning, any beliefs, yeah, and to reconnect really again with your body. So when a
That's
woman,
great.
yeah, so because at the end, when a woman can really trust her body,
Yeah.
her desires, and without shame, very important, and take up a space, be loud, be messy, everything change. Your confidence grow, relationships deepen, but not only romantic relationships, also friendships, and life start to really feel it through yours. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, that's really resonating with also what we do. And I love to hear that what you do helps actually women to take up space. This is actually what like we are structuring our also marketing around. So I'm really curious to know what are the changes that you see in your client? In what way do they change? And you see them transforming and evolving?
Yeah, the changes are huge. It's confidence, better boundaries, very important, healthy
Oh,
boundaries with themselves and with the world outside, deeper intimacy also in between, but also with others.
yeah.
And they start to have this special glow just from their own truth to be themselves. So yeah, the changes at the end is in all areas of your life, not only sexually or in intimacy, but also with work, in life, relationships. So yeah.
What are the most common challenges that women bring to you? And what do you think they reveal about how society talks about sex?
Yeah, the most is this disconnection from their bodies,
Okay.
using sex as a validation, for validation.
Ooh. Okay, I
Yes.
want to know more about this.
Yeah. Also not knowing how to ask what they want, but also because they don't know what they want. Yeah. Society talks about sex in terms of performance,
Yeah.
danger, also danger as is a technique you need to learn. And pleasure is just about, they don't teach us about, yeah, what it is about is about feeling pleasure in your body, like worthiness, be your authentic yourself, connection. It's another level of connection with yourself and with others. So
How would you describe your own relationship with sexuality and sensuality? And has it evolved over time?
yeah, completely. I'm not the same like 20 years ago as I'm now. And I used to use my sexuality as a mask as well, not as
Okay.
an extension of my truth. And but it's, of course, it's what you learn, how you grew up, your beliefs, church, school, friends, home, and slowly I evolve. I learn. I am very curious. I always try to know more, to deepen more, and So yeah, and then sensuality is something also you live in every day, in how you move, how you eat, how you connect with others, how I connect with myself. Sensuality is a state that you live in every day. Of course, some days you can feel like today I feel shit, or oh, can I
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, totally.
So like, but at the end, is sensuality is a state of mind. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I understand. So you would say that you evolved in a, and you're living and experiencing your own sexuality and sensuality in a deeper way, which
yeah.
is what you're also helping other women do. So you're actually, let's go back, let's step back. So you mostly help women, am I correct? That you help women in empowering themselves in regards of like the pleasure and the connection with themselves, right?
In intimacy, in love, in relationships.
Yeah.
Um, I can coach men as well, because at the end
Yeah.
is the same tools. Men also feel disconnected, also feel yeah, who I am, how I have to perform in a relationship. I'm not the provider anymore. I'm not the protector anymore. So it's also a lot for men. But I think my focus and the way, because I feel it deep inside, is to really help women to yeah, finally fly and be themselves.
Fly. I
Um,
love that. How do you personally connect with your body? And when it comes to things like swimwear, how do you feel stepping into that space?
oh yeah. Okay. The way I connect with my body is through movement, dancing. I love to dance. I just put in my favorite song. I have a lot of them. And then I just dance. I feel my body. I become sensual. I become me. And through movement as well, I like to connect with my body with meditations and breath works.
Yeah.
I do cold plunges in the water, also in winter, and 0 degrees, -2, because it's a way to really feel. Yeah, about swimwear, I feel at home when I'm wearing something sexy, because at the end, I can understand you. Of course, every woman has some insecurities. This is like too big. This is like that. I don't like how this looks, But at the end, sexiness is not about. It's not a shape. It's about attitude, and it's a mindset. If you feel sexy in your skin, this is what you spread, and what other people receive from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I cannot wait to receive my order of your
Yeah.
handmade bikinis.
Coming.
Yeah, and I want to feel the sexiness in my body.
Yes. I love what you said because it's really true. We always wait to have this feeling of self-confidence coming from outside, like, okay, I want to wear that so I feel confident. I want to go to the gym so I can lose weight and feel confident. If we experience that in this way, we will never be happy. We will never be fulfilled or satisfied, because we can always get better. We can always get a better makeup, a better dress, a better pair of shoes, a better
Yeah.
physical shape, a better, like, there's no arrival line, right? It's about transforming what we think it's our target and starting accepting what I want to do. And this is the reason why me and Eleonora decided to open this space out of line, is to start like throwing a little drop in the sea. I know that we're not gonna change the world or anything, but it's a first step towards the direction that we want to take of changing the mind of women. Because I also have a lot of women coming to me and say, when I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna buy a bikini of yours. And I'm like, guys, this is not what we want to, communicate. You're beautiful. It's not you that have to fit the bikini, it's the bikini that has to fit you. The bikini has to adapt to your body shape, and it's really hard because we've been taught to have targets, but that's not the right message. And I love what you're also saying. We don't have a target of how we should perceive sexuality and sensuality. It's how we feel. It's how we connect with ourselves, and that makes you glow and shine. It's just about not losing connection with ourselves. Like,
Exactly.
you're beautiful. You don't have to have your nose really small to be beautiful, or you have like your cheeks really, like, you're beautiful as you are. And what makes you actually beautiful is you being different. And
Exactly.
it's our message. We should try to be different, have something that makes us unique.
Yeah,
And it's what we do with our bikinis, because they're one of a kind, like they're handmade. So every piece is unique and can't be redone in the exact same way.
yeah,
And that's how I see beauty. We should,
exactly.
keep that little small thing that maybe we don't like about ourselves, because that's us.
Exactly. Yeah. And at the end, what is perfection? Perfection is a perception. If you look back 20 years or 30 years ago, beauty was like this tiny, for example, so-
Eyebrows.
exactly. So the standards of beauty
Yeah.
as the magazine, it changed as well and evolved. So actually, what is beauty for you? You don't want to be like everybody else, right? You want to be yourself. So it's
Yeah.
just to find beauty in the little imperfections.
Actually, perfect question for what we're talking about. When do you feel the most confident?
Makes me feel confident when I'm living my truth, when I'm living my purpose as well. When I move through life from who I want to be, who I want to express myself, how I want to express myself, not from the condition of other people. So, like, for example, entering a room and being you, not shrinking to make other comfortable, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like just being me, being authentic. Yeah, that's that's what makes me be the confidence, knowing every every moment, in every room, and in every situation is still me.
Yeah, because sometimes actually you're right, it happens. I mean, our instinct is we want to be liked. We should just embrace ourselves, own it, and be and live our truth.
Yeah,
So that's really important.
and dance,
Yeah.
and dance, always
And
dance.
dance, always in every room.
Yeah,
So, what was the turning point that made you decide to dedicate your life to being a coach, pleasure and power coach?
yeah. Realizing how much shame kept woman small.
Why shame? I want
Yeah,
to know more.
shame around sexuality, shame around being themselves because the other version is always better. So they put the mask to please, to comfort. And also, well, I work in a sex shop for 10 years. And I get many clients, many customers with a lot of struggles where they open themselves to me and they tell me what they are going through. And back then, by my own knowledge and by my own experience, I try to give my best advice. I also sell some toys and I guide them in the way I know. So it happens so often. I was like, that's what I want to do for a living. I want to really help women to in the sexuality, in the sensuality. And I'm gonna tell you a story that it really, really touched me deeply. That's talking about 8 years ago or 7 years ago, or yeah. So it's this couple. I was in the sex shop. This young couple came in, and at the beginning, they were very shy. So I approached them and I said, hey, do you have any questions? Or you want any advice? I'm here. And at the beginning, they were like, no, no, we're okay. Well, at one point, they came to me and she told me that she has never experienced an orgasm. So immediately the boyfriend was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I do everything. So he got very like,
Anxious.
yeah, and anxious, yeah. And then I said, no, 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 take it easy. I was like, no, okay, it's not your fault. It's not about you. And probably you're doing everything perfect. So I asked some question to her, and and I learned her that orgasm, if you are to focus in when it's coming, I don't feel anything. When is it, you are out of your body because you are in your
Yeah.
mind thinking about the orgasm, and then it's never gonna happen. So I say to her, you need to be relaxed. Sometimes you're gonna have sex and you are not gonna have any orgasm, and that's okay too, because at the end it's about pleasure. It's not about a goal, right? It's about
Of course.
and the whole experience. But sometimes you will get a huge orgasm, maybe even multi orgasm. So I explained to her that she should be more be in her body instead of in her mind, and sometimes welcoming but not expecting it, the orgasm. Anyway, they were there for an hour. We were talking. At the end, they buy toys, so they left. And a month later, the boyfriend came along with flowers to me and says, "Thank you. You changed my life." I
So nice.
tears in my eyes, and I was like, "Wow, wow!" And not really experience, really, really from my heart. So yeah, that's when I decide I have to do something with this because it fulfills me, and I also
Of course.
I give good wellness to the community. So yeah,
Of course, you're giving some, you're helping people. I think there's nothing better than that. To feel like you're doing something to change the world in better.
yeah,
That's great. You're helping somebody in such an important thing.
yeah.
Imagine.
I create a space where women could be themselves, where they can be real, they can feel, they can express. There is no judgment here. Every emotion, every feeling, wherever it comes, is welcome. So, yeah.
I have a very interesting question. If you could rewrite the sex education curriculum for schools, what's one crucial lesson you would include that's missing today? Something you would teach in school?
I will say that pleasure is a birthright. It's not something you earn, and it's not something you give away. It's really self-trust. And in self-trust is the foundation of intimacy. And from there, move on. Yeah, move forward.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Give me goosebumps.
And I'm gonna tell you something very interesting. Actually, the clitoris is the only part of the body that is meant that is built for pleasure, for nothing else
Mm.
than for pleasure.
So we are really born with the right
Right,
to feel
exactly.
pleasure.
Yes.
In your experience, what are some of the most persistent myths about female pleasure that you wish would disappear forever?
Yes, I like this question. I think that sex is about performance, that it should happen quickly, that should be spontaneous, that is physical, but pleasure is layered, right? It's mental, it's emotional, it's energetically, it's sensory. It's not just sexual. So that it will be like it's about feeling it, not performance.
How do you approach helping women who feel disconnected from their desire or sensuality? I mean, I'm sure you have the whole coaching process, and of course, it's impossible to do a sum of it, but give me some hints, like a trailer of how a coaching session
Well,
is with you.
the thing is like what I'm going to say is very simple, but it's so complicated at the same time. The way to really connect with your body is to slow down. And it's looks right, seems simple, like okay, slow down, I can do that. But when you put it in practice, no. You want distractions. You want this piece of chocolate that's gonna make you feel better. No, nobody really slow down and sit with themselves, with their feelings. So that's the most important, to really feel what is in. Talk to this part. Every part of our body has consciousness. Every part of our body has something to say. So just really sit on that and talk to it, feeling it, giving an expression. Yeah.
How do you sit with yourself? Do you meditate? Do you with cold plunge?
My work, what I do is through body-based practices that guiding. So because when you do with yourself, it's like, I'm done. I don't want. I'm going to call a friend. But when it's someone helping you, guiding you, it's way better to drop in and just let it surrender to the moment. So that's what we do in my practices. Because what you say about desire is never gone. Desire is there. It's just buried with stress, with shame, with overthinking, with I don't want to be too much, with many things, and then you repress it. You don't let it feel and express freely. So yeah, I help them to reconnect, to feel again their desires, their sluttiness. Their yeah.
Can you share a client transformation story that deeply moved you and stayed with you?
Yes, I had this client. She was very willing to do the work. She was very commitment with the practices, with the homework as well, and she came with some insecurities about sexuality, also the way she learned what is sex because her culture, her backgrounds. So in after few sessions, she came to me and she said that it healed more than a year on therapy. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, wow. That was like, wow, thank you. Yeah.
Of
So that
course.
makes me think, makes me feel I am in the right path. I choose this journey because it was my purpose. Yeah.
If a woman is struggling to communicate her needs in bed, where should she start?
Well, it should start also first of all knowing what are her needs, what she
Yeah.
really wants, and the way she want it, and yeah, and also to start with the partner, because I think if there is safety enough, then you will be able to communicate your needs. When there is no safety, if you are
Yeah.
struggling, maybe something about yourself, because maybe your partner is like, no, of course, bring it on, so it can be not feeling confident enough to express it because fear of rejection, fear of or you are too much, you are too crazy, or that's, so I will start maybe outside the bed, like practice small topics with your partner to see how he react and to see how you also are capable to do it before you move to the more intimate ones.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. True. Also because I can guess there could be also partially a fear of rejection. But if you're confident and you own it, then you're like, this is me, this is what I need. I can't spend my life to please you and not please myself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard.
Many women think also that when men finish in sex, then it's done, and then they don't ask, hey, but I didn't, and I want more. I was there too in the past. I was also there.
Yeah.
But I learned that it doesn't give me any satisfaction at the end. I feel like I give my body for what? Of course, yes, I feel pleasure, but at the end, it's like I also want to feel this orgasmic, amazing, So
Of
it's just
course.
really asking, and hey, you know, yeah,
Yeah. Also makes you feel you're not important enough, right?
Mhm.
If your partner is done when they're done
Yeah,
and they don't even think about you and how happy you are, that leaves you with this feeling of
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't care about me.
But also, if you don't communicate it, your partner cannot know either. Are you okay? Are you done? Are you good? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, so
Yeah.
that was another resentment building.
How can partners create a space that feels safe and deeply intimate? So you were mentioning this. The woman needs to create a safe space, but how is that possible? How would you do it?
I think intimacy is built in the small things every day, in everyday things, right? So to intimate, to feel safe with the person, and with approach, curiosity, with no judgment, with presence, very important to feel, to being seen here. So yeah, that's how. Also, it can be something small like, hey, you didn't drink enough water today. Yeah, drink this water. Like where you feel protected, seen, loved. So that's how you build. Yeah.
What are some subtle ways that society still shames women for owning their sexuality, and how can we push back?
Yeah, I think they do it, for example, by calling a confident woman too much, or by calling sexual women slut, or by calling older woman like they pass their prime, right? Like they are old. So the only thing I think we can push back is really celebrating every woman, every size, every season, doesn't matter what, and refusing to apologize for pleasure. And about the slutty word, I really like it because I think when someone calls you slut, I don't think it's an insult at all. I embrace to be a slut, because being a slut, yes, being a slut mean you are true to yourself. You own your sexuality. You move, you do, you act in the way you want to be, and that many men or women cannot handle that. It creates insecurities in themselves when they see you so confident. So that actually is a projection. So being a slut, fuck yes, embrace your sluttiness.
Sometimes it's women calling other women sluts.
Wow.
Mind blowing for me. This is why we want to create a community. This is why we want to bring women together. We are our most dangerous enemy.
And we already have in the past, the culture make us so small. It was only in the 70s when we were able to have a bank account by ourselves, not with permission of our husband. That's not really long time ago. So we went up, so we stand up for ourselves so much, and now actually it's women who is putting down other women.
We should support each other. When we see someone glowing, we should tell them. And I do. I love complimenting my friends. I love complimenting other women.
Many women, they see as a competition to another woman instead as a community, as a bond to empower each other. And if you see someone beautiful, maybe you think, oh, she's more beautiful than me. And then once the insecurity comes, when they're not being confident enough around other most beautiful women than you, and then because you are intimidated, what you do is try to put her down. She's a slut, or what she thinks she is too much, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's not the way it should be, because women should empower women, and that's what we do.
That's what we do. What role does self-pleasure play in building self-confidence and self-awareness?
Yeah, the role is huge, because it's not just about orgasm. It's knowing about your body, exploring your desires, getting to know what you want, and learning how to communicate that. So for me, it's like self-trust in action. And self-pleasure also awakens your sexual energy, right? This here storage in the womb area, the eros, we call it. So this energy is pure creative life force. When we learn to move that energy through the body, it can release blockages, it can heal parts of ourselves, can reconnect us back to who we are, and it can reconnect us to our intuition. That's so important. We are so disconnected of our intuition. So when we are connected to our intuition through the sexual energy, we make better choices. But not only in love, in work, in life. So yeah, that's how I think self-pleasure has such an impact in building self-confidence.
I have one last question for you. For all the women that are listening, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
I will say, stop playing small and start playing with life, with your desires, with love, with pleasure, with your voice. Take up a space. Allow yourself to take up a space.
Oh my God, I love it. I really love it. And I really thank you. It's been super inspiring. It's been interesting. It's been also, I want to say, controversial, because actually what we're doing today is talking about something that we've been taught to hide. We're taking up space today. We're talking about our sexuality, about our pleasure, about how we want to be, how we want to become. And I like that. And I really thank you about this. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being part of this. And I will see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Big kiss.